Welcome to the season finale of Rays franchise. We are 3 games above 500. As you can see, we're not going to be able to win this division, but we're on a 9-game winning streak, 6 games behind the Athletics for the final playoff spot. Ken Wilson is set to make his major league debut as we get into this final month. As you can see, our offense is humming as of late. The rookies are playing some of their best ball of the entire year. James is up 14 games, so he's in literally week 2. But over his last couple games, he is slugging a lot more than he had. So that is some great signs from him. We would love to get James hitting, especially as much as we think he can. Jackie Zachary has been very, very nice. Miguel Andujar is just a stud bat. He's just a stud. 24 homers. It's the most he's had since his Rookie of the Year runner-up campaign with the Yankees. And it's the most... He's going to have the most RBIs most likely since then. He's only 6 away. He's 2 away from his high with us. But you can just see he's had his, second best season of his career in terms of OPS? Yeah. Actually, it's tied with his best season in OPS. So he's having a great season to date. Chandler Simpson's been nice. Trey Morgan has been so good, he's gone up in potential. He was killing it at AAA, and he kind of forced our hand. He was really, really good and almost an identical sample size last year. He got the call. He's striking out less, walking more. And I love to see that, man. If Trey Morgan wants to find his way onto this team, I'm all for it. But we're going to hop in as Ken Wilson will make his major league debut against the Blue Jays. Ken Wilson making his major league debut as the fans are very excited for what this kid can do. He's got a power fastball. As we take a look at our top prospects, we have number 1, number 3, number 13, and number 31 is set to make his major league debut as our farm system is absolutely stacked. Ken Wilson looks like he could be one of the best of them. He's got a 55 grade, an absolute stud down in the minors. He will make his debut in the City Connects. And he's got heat, just like what you see on the script, as we'll face old friend Randy Arozarena as the first pitch fastball at 94. Very, very good young pitcher. Fastball changeup guy, so very similar to Ryan Pepio, as he's got the first out of his career already. He's got a cutter and a slider. Very similar pitch in terms of velocity is the cutter and the slider. Slider obviously moves a lot more. Cutter has a little bit of run, as he should absolutely dominate lefties with his pitch mix. As they're going to try us with 2 righties to start off, and we're going to take a look and see how good that cutter is. We're going to run it off the plate, and it gets his first major league strikeout. Congratulations, Ken. And it's none other than Vladimir Guerrero Jr., one of the better hitters in all of baseball, as he's got himself a festive little glove there. A beautiful pitch, and that'll bring up Okamoto very, very early on that changeup release. Not a great release. We're trying to work that fastball in on these hitters. We want to tie him up, and that's just barely inside. Okamoto leading this team in terms of batting average. And that slugged out into the outfield. Chandler Simpson going back. He dives and cannot make the play. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. And the throw back in as we hung that cutter. Chandler Simpson and his 99 speed. Actually, that wasn't even a horrible pitch. So we'll face Barger. Fastball high and upstairs. Strike 1. We're going to try and get a cutter in. We love the cutter into lefties, and that's going to get a foul back. And we're going to take a look now at the slider. Run a good slider in. just able to foul it off. And now we go to the changeup. Changeup off the plate, swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts for Ken Wilson in his first inning in the big leagues. Jesus Sanchez to another lefty. We'll face back-to-back lefties. We gave up a hard-hitting doubles that's just off the plate and low. We love to pepper the outside part of the zone. As a staff, as that just barely misses. We'll try and get a cutter up and in for a strike. He was off the plate just a little bit. We're going to try and get a nice big swing and a miss slider, as he's actually going to hit that hard to Trey Morgan, and we're not going to be able to get there. We kind of stumbled off the mound, and it's going to be a base hit that allows Alejandro Kirk. It did not give us to challenge, luckily. Okay. Change up right down at the bottom for a strike. The thing completely lagged on me when I tried to throw that first pitch, as Cody Clemens was the casualty to bring up Ken Wilson. As if you saw last episode, you would know. I'm going to try and get this slider off the plate, get a big swing and miss. It's going to be a weak grounder to Junior. We're going to turn a nice double play to help out Ken. Big zero on the mound. Gets a big twin killing. It's Lene Sosa, the former White Sox, as that fastball caught a lot of the plate. We'll try and work a changeup off the plate. It dots the outside corner. Now we're going to run a slider down and in. He did not go. We didn't get a challenge or an appeal the first, as that's fouled back. Just able to get a piece of the 91-mile-an-hour cutter. I'm going to try and get a changeup inside. And that's going to be hard hit to Zachary. Not the strongest arm on him is Zachary, but it's strong enough to get the out. That'll bring up Rooker, Morgan, and Andujar. Big chunk of our order coming up as we take a look. The Yankees win again. We're 3 games over 500. We're 2 back of the Blue Jays. Unable to get a run there in the in the bottom of the second, as we'll start Andres Jimenez with a changeup, and he's gonna try and challenge this pitch. It looked pretty good. It is off the plate. Good challenge by him. As they're showing the top offenses in all of baseball down below, as that fastball missed wildly. We would love to have one of the best offenses this month. If we can average 5 runs this month, I guarantee you we will be in the playoffs. So we'll dance this changeup down and in. Gets a big swing and a miss. Unable to get weak contact. We're going to run the cutter in. We got it in. Strike 3. Down goes Jimenez. That is the 3rd strikeout of the day for Ken Wilson, and that'll bring up the soft-hitting center fielder, Miles Straw. Formerly of Cleveland, as we're going to try and tie him up with a fastball in on the hands. That got down the middle, and it's going to be hit weakly out to Rooker, who makes the play. 2 down now, and it's back to the top of the order in Randy Arozarena. We thought about bringing Randy back, as that's lined right to Zachary to end the inning. We're in a pitching duel right now. It'll bring back Vladdy. We struck him out his first time up, as what a tremendous career he's had so far in just 10 seasons. As that's going to be served through the infield. It's a leadoff single, as Rooker looked to have some trouble out in the outfield. So that fastball was basically left middle. First pitch change up to Okamoto. That gets a giant swing and miss. Try and get a slider down and in. Said it catches the bottom part of the zone. And we're going to go to that high and outside cutter. And that's called a strike. A horrible call, as that was way off the plate. We will take it, though, as that one's going to be blooped into the outfield, a base hit. Chandler Simpson comes on. Addison Barger just bloops a single, and now there's 2 on for Jesus Sanchez. Fastball basically down the middle at 92. Not great velo on that pitch. as he somehow fouls that off. Ford James is under it for the pop out. How did Jesus Sanchez make contact with that cutter? It almost hit him. We're going to try and run fastball in. First pitch to Kirk is taken for a strike. He's killed it over the past couple days. Change up down the middle. It's rolled over to Zachary, who's going to have plenty of time to throw out the not-so-fleet-of-foot catcher. Zachary gets the out. A Trey Morgan home run has gotten us on the board. It's 2-0 here. It's still very, very early, as we'll face a 7-hole hitter. Lene Sosa, fastball basically grooved. Called a strike. We'll try and get a fastball off the plate as that's called a strike. Lene Sosa will challenge this one. And he's going to win that one just barely off the plate away. As the count has been evened up at 1 a pop. I'm going to try and work a slider, kind of backdoor it. It gets a lot of the plate, but he's unable to hit it at 95. And Wilson, the 1-2 fastball, way early on the release of it. We'll try and dance a cutter just to the outside part of the plate, maybe get weak contact. And that's going to load up this count. We do not want to put a man on, especially at the bottom of this order. That's line Junior Caminero! Are you kidding me? What a play from Junior Caminero! Taking away a double! What an insane play by Junior. The first pitch now to Andres Jimenez is weakly rolled. Zachary's got it. He takes out his counterpart. As we got 2 down here in the 5th, Ken Wilson pitching beautifully. Fastball called a strike in the upstairs part of the plate. We're going to try and get a fastball down and in. As that's going to be blooped weakly. India's got it. And that's how we pitch a clean 5th inning. Still out here in a 2-0 ball game. As Ken Wilson's been economical with this pitch count. Randy Arozarena, the leadoff man, has the highest OPS on the team. It's going to drop, though, as this is popped sky high to India, who makes the catch. 1 down here in the 6th. As up comes Junior Caminero, or not Junior Caminero, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. It's a junior. We're going to challenge this. Ford James thinks it's on the plate, and he's wrong. It's actually pretty decently inside. Not a great challenge. That's how we'll lose our first challenge, but it's a big hitter at this point in the game. We lead by 2. We don't want to let Vladimir Guerrero Jr. draw a walk. Right, so we might as well challenge if we think it's close. We're going to try and get this cutter off the plate. It's going to be pulled to Junior. Junior with a nice play. Superstar on superstar crime. What a play there by Junior Caminero, who has flashed the glove in today's game. He has improved mightily defensively, as that is going to be fouled weakly. As Ellie De La Cruz might win the MVP in the NL. Ryan Pepio leads all American League pitchers in wins above replacement. We'll try and get this changeup off the plate. We're looking for strike 3. The 63rd pitch of the day is hit a mile high in the air, and Duhar's camping under it into that little pesky corner shy of the extended track. And that will bring back the offense up. India, Caminero, Aranda, top of the order, due up. Ken Wilson still out here facing 4, 5, and 6. Change up just low. As we face Addison Barger, who singled weakly his first time up. That was not weakly. He turned and burned. As what just happened? Is Ken Wilson hurt? Oh no. I think Ken Wilson got hurt. That's horrible news. In comes Bruce Dar. who's the first pitch he throws is a home run that's going to cut the lead in half. As now we'll face Jesus Sanchez. Cutter is in. Not great news for us. We're going to try and get the slider off the plate. It runs middle. As the player lock is over, and Duhar in foul ground makes the catch over by the Jays bullpen. That's out number 1.
Ball.
We hope Ken Wilson is okay. As that's a slow roller to India. We'll get the put out. As now we need just to get 1 out of Lene Sosa and out of this inning. We worry about our rookie pitcher being called out of the game when he was dominating in the early 7th. So not a great sign. We fall 2-1 behind Sosa, who's going to hit that one fairly hard but foul. Try and get a sinker in. Good location. It's hit weakly to Zachary, who's going to make the play easily. Let's hope the Bats can get more runs. We got 2 outs. 4 James and Junior Caminero homered. And now we will challenge that. That was most certainly on the plate. Griffin Jacks has put 2 runners on. Yeah, that was on the corner. I hit the challenge button to start, and then it didn't give me the challenge, so I had to frantically start hitting it again. As Griffin Jacks trying to work out of trouble, we are a strike away from our 10th consecutive victory. Fastball in. It's popped up on the infield. India is camped under it, and that's how we will win this ball game 4-1. Ken Wilson pitched terrifically. We now wait on the diagnosis of his injury, as Ken Wilson wins Player of the Game. And all of our runs come from homers. Actually, all the runs in today's game came from homers. What a debut for Ken Wilson. And now we wait to see what the diagnosis is. Shoulder soreness. We're going to keep him active, as AAA will be reset. Cam Caminetti will face off against the Blue Jays. We can take a look. We're still 6 back of the Athletics, but we're now only 1 back of these Blue Jays. Cam Caminetti is pitching a 3-hit shutout against his Blue Jays team as Tyler Fitzgerald ropes that one foul. We scored 7 runs in the first 2 innings off now trade-acquired Blue Jays ace, Logan Webb. So we had 7 consecutive hits to start the game, and the next inning basically went identically, as we started with 5 consecutive. Cam Caminetti starting to get tired in this game, and that's why we're coming on to help him out. We would love for him to finish this game. That 92nd pitch of the game is popped sky high. Under it is Zachary for the out. That'll bring up Randy Arozarena, who's been fairly well held in check this series as he smokes that one to the ball boy. We're seeking our 11th straight win. We are hot right now. Cam Caminetti also fairly hot today. As we rebound after good news, as that's a punch out. What an outing from Caminetti, as that's his 8th strikeout. We are just under the century mark, as that's roped foul. We still have a chance for the Medics. Fastballs, a strike. Down to their final strike. We need this pitch for the Medics. We will not get it, as this will be the 100th pitch of the game from Caminetti. It's going to be popped back. We will require at least 101. I'm going to try a sweeper in. What a take there from Vlad. Try a big curveball low. And the count is now full. Kirk due up next. The slider. Fouled back. Or no, it's getting out of here. A solo homer for Vladdy. The complete game shutout is spoiled. I'm going to warm up Evan Phillips. Caminetti will be allowed to face Kirk. If he cannot get the out, Caminetti will be pulled. As this is hit to Rooker. And it's a complete game for Caminetti. What a season it has been for the young ace pitcher. The song is horrible, but the arm is great. Caminetti is mystical and magical. I don't know what Moonbeam ice cream is, but Caminetti can sure as hell have it on the house from me as we destroyed Logan Webb. We are now in third place in the division. Wild card 5 games out. So the Athletics drop 1. Orioles are red hot. It's going to be hard to catch them. We play them at the end of the season if that ends up meaning anything. Brody Hopkins is going to be the one that lets us down as he had an ugly start. Blue Jays rocked him. Our 11th game winning streak has been snapped. Jonathan India will end up walking that one off. Pepio against the Twins. Ken Wilson is back. And we look to sweep the Twins. We're unable to do so. Luis Morales did not pitch well. The Blue Jays are now red hot. The wild card, we're 5.5 back. We're red hot still. We're gonna need to win some more games. As Caminetti, I gotta go pick up food and a dog. So once I'm done with that, we will resume this game. And we're back. We got Caminetti on the mound. It's about to be a cam-on-cam game as we're going to play this full game facing off against New York Yankees. It's the leader in our division. We need to get a big win here. In New Yankee Stadium. I'll tell you this right now. New Yankee Stadium is a beautiful stadium. Caminetti, we'll take a look at his stats over the last couple games. But New Yankee Stadium, I did, when I went there, I try and get a hat or at least some kind of merchandise at every single game that I go to. Has 12 strikeouts and a walk over his last 15 innings. Caminetti is a stud. But funny enough, actually, I can show this real quick. So when we went to Yankee Stadium, it was part of my grad present, right, when I graduated high school. We were traveling stadiums and doing visits and tours of it. We did Wrigley, and then we did Yankee Stadium, so we got to see the Memorial Garden of all the Hall of Fame plaques. It was Anthony Volpe's bobblehead day, and he had 200 or so friends and family trying to get into the stadium that we were an hour and a half late to getting to our tour group because they just wouldn't let anybody else through. So I hate Anthony Volpe because he pissed me off. Anthony Volpe, though, will still go back to my little bobblehead collection area. As the first pitch to India, as we went around on 100 miles an hour, that's a wicked pitch. It's a lot of fastballs, a lot of velo from Cam. Features 2 breaking balls and 3 types of fastballs. As 100 is bias again. He can get up to 102. Curveball at about 90 miles an hour. That fastball. 3 straight pitches in triple digits to start the game here for Cam Schlittler. The 1-2 from Cam. Breaking ball off the plate. Slower curveball actually at 84. So he's got the slow curve and then he's got the true hard sweeper. 2-2 now here to India. The count is full. Caminero on deck, 36 home runs. And we're not even halfway through September. The full count offering. Able to foul off 100. I think that was just low. It was just low. It would have been ball 4. Payoff pitch one more time. That's off the plate away. Jonathan India with a leadoff walk off Cam Schlittler to start the game. 7 pitch at bat. And up comes Junior Caminero with a man on. Swinging over top of 99. We were actually early on that. That dots the outside corner. 0-1. Roped foul at 102. Early on a low sinker. Junior cut down on his double plays. Triple plays would be ridiculous if that was 12. Fastball way high. India's got good speed. He's not decent speed. He's not a runner by any stretch of the imagination, as we were able to foul off the tumbling sinker. Good timing on that 94-mile-an-hour pitch. It's just low. As it says, we went around. That's the first out. Those tumbling sinkers are hard to lay off of. And up comes Jonathan Aranda with a man on. First pitch to Aranda is chopped hard. Just a bit early on an inside cutter. Schlittler gets out of the leadoff walk unscathed, as Aaron Judge is the leadoff hitter. Aaron Judge being a leadoff man for this Yankees team is kind of ridiculous, as that slider is ridiculous. Big breaking slider. I'm going to try and get the changeup just off the plate. Judge swings through the 78-mile-an-hour changeup from Caminetti. As the first batter Caminetti sees, he punches down. Ben Rice, Brandon Lowe, Willie Adames, Ian Happ, Dalton Varsho, Matt Chapman, Jose Cabanero in left, and JC Escara will be the catcher. Very, very talented lineup. Very, very good lineup. So we're going to have to be careful with a guy like Ben Rice, who has tremendous power, even against lefties. Speaking of which, hit right to Rooker. And that's something else we got to be careful of. The Yankees play in a toy box. The game we went to was the Phillies versus Yankees. Kyle Schwarber homered. Marsh homered. The Phillies ended up blowing out the Yankees, so it was wonderful. Right, for a Yankees hater. Although I respect the Yankees. But I was exhausted at that game, as we had just flown in from Wrigley the day before, as that stung. Rooker's got it, and that's how we're going to end the inning. As I just realized my microphone's been out in the middle of no man's land, so I'll have to boost the audio separately. So that is my apologies. The first pitch to Brent Rooker, off the plate away. 28 doubles leads this team. Brent Rooker has been great in the second half of the year. First half of the year, he got off fairly to a slow start. Swinging through a sweeper, we're way ahead of that. It was a hung pitch. For 1-1. As I just realized I didn't put quick counts on. This game's going to be a little bit longer. I just realized I had a fan that creates more noise below me, so forgot to turn off a lot of things. Is good timing on that cutter. Literally perfect timing on the cutter, just unable to get to the high pitch. The 2-2 now. Just late on the sinker. It's going to be a pop-up. Varsho coming in on it. He's got it. As that's one down. And that'll bring up Trey Morgan. Big Trey. 3 homers on the year, hitting .313. As he's been tremendous in his short major league time. As that sinker's in off the plate. He's been our best hitter. I get it's very small sample size, but truthfully, he has been terrific. As that's just late on 99, a dotted fastball. An almost impossible pitch to do anything with. As the 1-1. Swinging through a cutter. Good timing. Unable to get to that. At 92. The 1-2 pitch. Swinging and missing at a slow curve. Schlittler is a very good pitcher. The fact he has a 4 ERA on the year is kind of ridiculous, as that's the second strikeout of the day. We were just so early on that. As up comes Miguel Andujar, the former Yankee. And that pitch is just a beautiful cutter. Not really able to do anything with that pitch. We'd have to pull the hands in. The 0-1. That one's going to possibly bloop down into center, or Varsho's got it. 100 mile an hour, good timing. Unable to do anything with it. Both teams hitless, as up comes Willie Adames. So that's going to be grounded foul. The short porches in both the outfield corners. To dead center, it's a little bit deeper, but a pulled or a pushed ball can get out of this ballpark in a hurry. As it's kind of like how Tropicana has that little coffin corner that's a nightmare for pitchers. Right? Imagine that, but it's both directions of the outfield as that slider's dotted. Goodbye, Willie Adames. What a beautiful pitch. Right on the outside corner. Dotted as Ian Happ is going to foul off that fastball. That's a good pitch. Zachary unable to get there. As Andujar's going to miss the ball because I was trying to maneuver with Zachary. I was still trying to move with Zachary, and Ian Happ is going to get rewarded a double for that. Unbelievable. As Varsho's going to challenge that pitch. It was right on the edge of the plate, and it's just off. Runner should be at first, but dumb game. We're going to try and get a changeup into this lefty as it's 2-0 now to Happ. Or not to Happ, to Varsho. Happ at second. India unable to get there, and that's going to be a run now. That's how the Yankees get on a board, an error in the outfield. It's going to be scored and earned run as that slider just ended up being middle. As we got a double play here if we can work quickly. The turn, got him. We give up a run, but we're able to work out of the damage. Jackie Zachary standing up to the plate, hitting .249 on the season. Been very good for us in his rookie campaign, as that's just late timing on a 101 mile an hour fastball. One pitch, one out, as we need to start working longer at bats. As up stands for James, hitting .250 on the year. That cutter almost runs in and hits us. For James homered his last game, went 1 for 4 with a long ball. The 1-0. Roped. Second baseman drops it. He completely misses it. What a nightmare defensive play, as that scored a base hit. That'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Chandler Simpson. That pitch is way low at 101. Chandler Simpson, great speed. Not a whole lot of speed on first base. With that being the catcher's position, as that smacked down the line. We're going to have to hold up. It's a single by Chandler Simpson, who's able to muscle that just down the line for a little bloop singles. We now got 2 on, 1 out. And that's going to be a hard hit curveball for a double play. Jose Caballero comes to the plate, the former Ray, former Mariner. As he's been the predecessor to Anthony Volpe. Not predecessor, predecessors before. It's been a minute since I've been in like a high school English class. That's probably the last time I had to know any of that. So, We're just going to leave it with he's the guy after him, as Zachary unable to get to that. As that's going to be a leadoff single for Cabby. And that's going to bring up JC Escara. They're saying they're going to try and steal. 99 steal is on the bags, although it's not tremendous speed for Cabby. He's just a very good stolen base artist. As you have no clue how much I would love a double play here. This is going to be popped into foul territory for Junior. Is he genuinely thinking about, like, tagging on that? That would have been so funny if he decided to try and tag on that. And now we'll pitch very carefully to Aaron Judge. I love how in 13 seasons he basically has a 1-dot OPS. So that slider's just in. It was a ball. Called a strike. Judge does not challenge. And that's going to be a can of corn for Junior. 2 outs in the inning. Pair of pop-ups, and now we tango with Ben Rice. First pitch to Rice. Slider off the plate away. Called a strike. The challenge confirms it was a ball. No, I guess overturns it, but I thought it was a ball. Ben Rice thought it was a ball. It's been corrected to a ball. I'm going to try and get this sweeper down. Uh-oh. Great arm from Ford James. Just, you can't throw somebody out on a sweeper like that. That's destroyed, way back and gone. Turning on an inside fastball and absolutely hammering it out of the ballpark is Ben Rice. That's why you got to be just so careful when you pitch in Yankee Stadium. Caminetti now struggling to find the plate with Josh Lowe, the former Ray at bat. As that's a weak little liner to him. He catches it on a hop. Throws him out. Ben Rice with a 2-run bomb. It's 3-0 Yanks. Cam Schlittler has dominated us. We drew a walk as our big offense, as that felt like good timing on a fastball. You won't believe it. Middle fastball, good timing. Fouled off. The 0-1 here to Junior. Low for a ball. Junior Caminero having just such a great season for us. Average and on base have never been great. The slugging has been tremendous. Speaking of slugging, that's turned on. Foul. Just early on 100. How's come we can hit it that far when we're early on a pitch, but not when we have perfect timing and it's middle? I guess we'll never know, as we were fairly good timing on the cutter. No base hit for us. As up stands Jonathan Aranda. That cutter's low. Third on the team in runs. He's been one of our best hitters in terms of average all season. As the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be served into the outfield. That could be down for a blue pit, and it's not. How's come we can make contact with that pitch that's up and in, but we can't make contact with middle with good timing? The world may never know. We'll swing through 100 with good timing. Unbelievable. It's going to be one of these games. As somehow we make contact with that. Good timing. Hit nowhere. Schlittler's dominating us. We'll face Willie Adames. That slider's just off the plate inside. Caminetti has been less than dominant today. He hasn't necessarily gotten hit around, but he hasn't looked like his normal self. So that curveball gets a big swing and a miss. And we can't afford to drop games at this point in the year. A high breaking ball is hit high in the air. We're going to make the catch up against the wall. Almost a home run, as that sweeper was not in a good location. I tried getting a high breaking ball just to get it to drop into the zone. Because why does Ian Happ not lead off if he leads the team and AL in walks? Is that fastball in on the hands of Ian Happ? We'll try and dance this changeup off the plate away. Ian Happ is one of the more disciplined hitters in baseball. So disciplined, he's going to take that fastball down the heart of the plate. Third strikeout of the day for Caminetti, and up comes Varsho. Curveball breaks back into the zone. We'll try and go fastball down and away, and that's going to be weakly rolled over to Indy. Makes the play. We're down 3 and a 4. Trey Morgan due back up. Swinging through a curveball. Good timing. The 0-1 pitch. Very early on it. We tried to check. It ended up being a strike regardless. The 0-2 to Trey. We just can't be ready for that too. That's an ugly swing. But we've known that all year, as the first pitch to Andujar is taken because my buttons are not working. So I'll take that one. Thank you, game. 1-0. How do... I didn't even... Okay, well... Don't get flustered. 1-1, fastball up high. Littler will walk us, as his energy is starting to get low, only at 44 pitches. Waving at a low sinker. He hasn't thrown us a strike this whole at bat. Here comes the 2-2. Ball hides full. He has not thrown you a strike in the strike zone this entire AB. And that was ball 4. Allowing Miguel Andujar to get himself out, as not a single strike was thrown to him. Up comes Zachary. That pitch is way in. Lagged a little bit. So that's at least, what, 8 consecutive balls thrown? Or at least pitches out of the zone. The 1-0. Socked foul, just laid on it. As we hit it back towards our dugout. The 1-1 pitch. Way inside. Get it's 95. Wear it, Zachary. 2-1 to Jackie Zachary. That's going to be hit softly to the outfield. Not a lot of real estate out here to get it to fall in front of somebody. Although an infield fly will get out of this building. Somebody's trying to give away hot dogs. As this one's going to be a little soft taco roller over to short. If you can't tell, I'm hungry. If you kind of look at how my face is complected, you will be able to tell I'm always hungry. Well, that's neither here nor there. So we'll get the changeup off the plate. It's called the ball. Unable to get Jose Cabanero to chase.
No, that's the ball.
Please don't walk the 8-hole hitter. There we go. He's mad about the call. Jose's challenging. Oh, and that was way up. His strike zone's significantly smaller than what I thought it was. It's 3-1 to Cabby. That's hit hard. India smothers it. Cannot make the play. It's a base hit. Up comes Escara.
No, outside.
Good throw. Just late to get Cabs.
Yep.
That's a strike. No challenge from Escara. Must have not seen the pitch at all. There's another run just right there in scoring position for this Yankees team, as that's a 95-mile-an-hour fastball by the backup catcher. Don't know why he's pointing at us as if we haven't dominated him today. First pitch to Judge is hit weakly and foul. Actually, that ended up being a pretty good pitch. We'll try and go fastball in. He's going to try and challenge this. I think you just lost the challenge there, Judgy. Yep. Barely lost the challenge, but he lost it nonetheless. Like, I hate to be that dude. Your strike zone's huge, Judge. That's hit hard to Trey Morgan, but able to beat Judge to the bag as Caminetti's had a bounce-back outing. We just need the offense to get going here as we continue to try and get hits off Schlittler. James singled his last time up. Would love another hard hit ball. That fastball's way upstairs. Former first round pick, former top 10 pick. 1-0 to Ford. As that socked into the outfield, that's going all the way to the wall. One hopping into Varsho's glove. James with a leadoff double. He was all over that pitch. His second double in the big leagues. As that was a great swing. That'll bring up Chandler Simpson, who hits it hard out to center. Good timing on another middle fastball. And we couldn't get it to fall. Really good timing on a back-to-back middle-end pitches. That curveball was a strike. Good timing on that. We can't get it to go anywhere. 0-1 to India. That's pulled foul. Would have loved if we were just a little bit later to splash that into the outfield. Could have been trouble. The 0-2 pitch to India. Weakly grounded up the middle. Good timing on a middle curveball. And we're in trouble of straining another freaking runner in scoring position to lead off an inning. 0-2 to Junior, or first pitch to Junior. He's 0 for 2 as that cutter just got the outside part of the plate. And Schlittler is starting to be low on stamina as he blows 99 by us. I say blow 99, we were just late. The alarms play. 0-2, way high. A run 90 feet away. The 1-2 pitch is roped through the infield. That's going to be an RBI single. He left a sweeper over the plate. Junior did not miss it. And up comes Jonathan Aranda. Schlittler is very, very tired. 99 is blasted by us. Just late timing. The 0-1 off the plate away. 2 outs here for Aranda. A lot of power in that bat as well. Big reaching swing on the inside sweeper. We just did not expect that pitch. He hasn't thrown it a lot today. We saw good speed and then it just breaks away from the bat. 1-2. Swinging at a high fastball. That'll bring up Ben Rice to the plate, who homered his last time up. We're going to try and get Caminetti through this inning. As Ben Rice's 2-run homer so far is the only damage done in today's game, or is the difference between this game. As the Orioles are actually a half game back of the Yankees, so we could end up helping the Orioles out. We don't want to help them out any, but if it gets the Yankees down a spot in the division, that would be good for us either way. As that smacked foul. Very, very, very well hit by Rice. Try and get that slider off the plate as Rice just is not swinging at anything out of the zone. We'll try the fastball up. Ben Rice has become a very difficult hitter to get out. That breaking ball hits fairly hard to Junior. It's an easy play. Ben Rice grounds out. This will bring up Brandon Lowe. Breaking ball over the plate. Fouled back. 2-time Silver Slugger, was a Silver Slugger last year. India unable to get their Shoots it through the shifted infield. That's right at the second baseman if we didn't shift. Just let that be known. Runner on first for Caminetti to deal with. It's Willie Adames at the plate. Swings and fouls off that slider. Not a good pitch to want to swing at. We're going to be able to at least get a... As they called that a double play, we'll take it. And that'll bring in Camilo Doval, who has struggled on the year. That'll bring up Brent Rooker. First pitch to Rook, swinging through a slider just early on it. That cutter's high at 100 miles an hour. Elite velocity that we have to deal with here with Camilo Doval. The 1-1 pitch. Swung through on the slider just early on it. 1-2. Good timing on a slider in the heart of the zone. It's going to be a sky-high pop-up in the infield. Up comes Trey Morgan. Would love a base hit here from Trey. We need one. He's 0 for 2. As that could be a little bleeder, and it's down for a base hit. Trey Morgan with a first pitch swinging single. And the tying run is to the plate in Miguel Andujar. Had a very, very long at-bat. Ended up striking out to end it as we're going to swing through that cutter. Just high, unable to catch up to it at 100 miles an hour. The 0-1. Slider low at 90 miles an hour. It's so hard to hit velo like this. The 0-2. Inside cutter. 2-1 to Andujar. The 2-1 pitch. Swinging through a slider down the middle. Just early on it, we can't connect. 2-2. Reaching on a slider. As they'll go to the bullpen, they will bring somebody on. It's Cole Sands to face Jackie Zachary. 0 for 2 on the day. The first pitch is outside. 88 on the split. We've seen him before. Fastball, cutter, splitter, slurve, and sinker. 1-0 pitch is high for a ball. 2-0 here to Zachary. The 2-0 pitch is going to be served through the infield. Willie Adames makes a spectacular play. The Yankees are going to win this one 4-2. We tried to claw back in this one. We just weren't able to come back as Schlittler dominated us. Caminetti, that wall scraper home run was all that was enough to get us through as we're going to drop the first one. Brody Hopkins is going to be the pitcher due up next. We're going to pull. Brody Hopkins needs to have a good start here, or our season is pretty much rocked. We'll try and avoid the sweep. And we will avoid the sweep. But that's not good for our season as we're now 7 back with 6 games to go before we are eliminated. India is hurt. We'll keep him active as we win the first game of the series against the Braves. Carson Williams is not going to be the leadoff hitter. We're going to move Trey Morgan to lead off, and then I'm fine with this lineup versus left. Henry Davis is the batter. Theo Gillen is at third base. Good speed on the bases for Ryan Walker. I don't think Henry Davis is going to be the hitter here. We're going to make a substitution for Henry Davis. It's going to be Ford James coming into the game. Good speed on all of the bags. The 0-1 to Ford, or the 0-0 to Ford. Fastball high in the zone for strike 1. Ryan Walker is tired. Could he walk us? That's hung. A slider middle. We're so early on it. Middle slider, and we destroyed it foul. 0-2 pitch. Just able to get a piece of that slider. Good timing on it. Wish we had good timing on the last one. That would have been nice and convenient. 0-2. Swung through that slider. And they'll go to the bullpen. They're bringing out their closer, Cam Smith, to face Chandler Simpson, as that wasn't bad timing on that pitch at all. It's down to Chandler Simpson here for the big inning, as that's hit through the infield. We're going to try and score 2 on this. The throw home. Cam Smith is in. It's a tie game. Chandler Simpson with a seam-high single through the infield, as it'll bring up Zachary with a runner in scoring position. Pitch is way outside. Good speed on the bags. We would love an extra base hit here. That would score 2. As we're just... That wasn't even bad timing. It says too late, but I'm looking at where my bat was in terms of where the pitch was. As that one smoked deep to center, going back on it, and it's caught at the track. We got 2 good speed runners on the bags for Ford James. First pitch to him is low at 94. Terrific speed. That pitch is just in a beautiful strike to Ford, who's 0 for 1 on the day. The 1-1 pitch is destroyed. Ford James, a long shot. It's 6-3 Rays here in the top of the 10th. Let's go Rays indeed. His 7th homer of the year. He missed a grand slam in his last at-bat. He does not miss the 3-run homer this time. James, what a swing by the Rook. As the Braves cannot believe it. Acuna is stunned. And they celebrate in the dugout. He got himself a breaking ball and he did not miss it. And he absolutely knew it. His first base hit, as the left fielder didn't even move, but his first base was a moonshot. We know he can do it. And that'll bring in Ian Hamilton, who struggled on the year, to face Chandler Simpson. Yeah, we just got a middle change-up, and we crushed it. Big looping slider. We need to stop chasing that. If we make the playoffs, it'll be a miracle because of how bad I've been with swing timings. So that's 95 bias. Good timing. Just unable to make contact with it. That slider's tough. I didn't even see where that pitch was going to begin with, if I'm going to be honest. 1-2 here to Chandler. Just able to foul off that sinker. The 1-2 here to the speedster, who tied it in his last at bat. Just able to foul off that sinker. It's very much a ball, but we're not seeing the pitch out of Ian Hamilton's hand at all right now. And that's going to be his second base hit of the day. Elite speed on at first. And that's going to bring back up the top of this order Jackie Zachary, the shortstop, who's 1 for 4. Chandler's off and moving. We swing through the sinker. He's going to swipe that base easily, as that's his 32nd swipe of the year, as we were just early on that sinker. We're going to swing through that slider. They got more motion going on in the bullpen. We would love a Zachary base hit. Swinging through the sinker just off the plate. Shortstop's down on strikes. Good timing, just couldn't touch it. And they will intentionally walk Junior Caminero. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Brett is not hitting here, although he's got good clutch. And he's 3 for 5. Brett gets to hit here. That's hit weakly to third. They go short way to get Junior. As we're going to bring in Gabe Spires, and we're going to finish this game. It's going to be Alex Jackson, the batter. This part of the order does not hit lefties well at all, which is exactly why Spires is up in this spot. Brought him in to face lefties. Became our only real lefty option once Tanner Scott was told to pack his bags and never show his face again in Tampa Bay, which hopefully he obliges. He's ran himself out of 2 organizations, as that's roped, thank God, foul. As that would have cut the lead to 1, as that's a big swing and a miss on the sinker. Alex Jackson strikes out. This will bring up Francisco Villa. I guess it's pronounced Villa. That's how the game said it. Spelled Villa. As that's fouled back. 1-2 here to Villa. We're going to try the fastball. Just blow it by him. As this is actually going to be blooped into the outfield. Cam Smith coming on will make the nice catch. As we'll lob it into third. Bad throw, but does not matter. And TJ Friedel, who does not hit lefties well at all, as that's a soft ground ball, and that will end the game. The Tampa Bay Rays come all the way back to claim this one. What a beautiful win by Tampa Bay. Brent Rooker was sensational for James the Difference Maker. All 6 of our runs coming in the 8th and the 10th. And we have now won 3 straight games as Caminetti will take the mound. Going for the sweep against the Braves. Caminetti in trouble. We're up 2-1. And that's a foul pop. Underneath it is Aranda to make the out. And that'll bring up Spencer Steer, who singled home a run his last time up. That's going to be blooped foul. 0 for 3 yesterday with a strikeout. And that's hit hard to third. The throw back on. It's a 5-4-3 double play to get out of that inning. Trying to get through 6. Caminetti, as we're just hopping through games, trying to not make it insanely long. As we've taken an 0-2 advantage on Austin Riley. We'll try and put him away with this pitch. And it's hit to Junior, and it's caught. That was a caught baseball. I thought for sure that was a ground ball. Somehow, it did not find a way to skip dirt. Either way, it would have been a fairly easy play. As up comes the Braves' Christian Yelich, as that's just off the plate. Gonna try and bury a changeup in. Unable to get the swing and miss. Caminetti, as this is going to be a slow roller to Carson Williams. And that's going to be a beautiful play by Carson to end the inning. 1-2-3 due up. Junior Caminero has been terrific. As we look at the Rookie of the Year race, Jackie Zachary, he's not going to win it, as George Lombard has had a terrific stretch to end this year. Jackie Zachary, not as much, right, as we're now in the top of the 7th. But it's been a great rookie campaign. I've been proud of him. The power numbers have gone up, and he's actually hit lefties fairly well on the year. So, good to see from him. As that's a big, ugly swing and a miss on a slider. 0-2 here to Zachary. The 0-2 pitch. Just able to foul it off. Mariners within 4 games of the Astros. A lot of teams trying to go on runs. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball. A dotted inside fastball, just unable to get to it. And up comes Junior Caminero, who's 3 for 3 with a home run on the day. Just swinging through that changeup way ahead of it. The 0-1 to Junior. Ugly swing. Very late on a fastball that almost got him. We got to calm down here against Andrew Alvarez. The 0-2 pitch. Sucked foul. The 0-2 pitch to Junior. Way high, 1-2. We actually haven't seen a strike in this entire at-bat. I feel like we've seen that story before. The 1-2 is hit hard to third. Austin Riley with a nice play. We're going to win this one here again. A great victory as we have swept the Tampa Bay Rays. Another great start by Caminetti. As we 3-hit the Braves, their only run was a single by Baldwin to score Steer. As we'll place India on the bench for now. India goes back to the leadoff spot. Might get that 440 or 344 on base percentage back into the everyday lineup. And I understand that it sucks. Jackie Zachary, right? Or doesn't suck for Zachary, but it sucks for Carson Williams. Both of them are out as starters. Zoranda, his second 30-homer season of his career. He now has tied his career high in home runs and RBIs with us. Nowhere near the stolen bases, but he is having a tremendous year. We will now face the Cubs and Brody Hopkins facing Cade Horton. As James needs a triple to complete the cycle. The young catcher with another run in scoring position will face Pablo Lopez, who I guess is their long reliever now. He's up to a .320 batting average. Ford James is a generational player. We already knew that, though. He genuinely might be the face of this organization already. I want to give him a long-term extension early on. I want to buy out his years like we did Wander Franco. Hopefully we can keep Ford away from the middle schools. As that's popped high in the air. Nico Horner under it. First out of the inning. And we'll simulate on as we win this one. For James, player of the game. Brody Hopkins gave up 6 earned runs, but we were able to battle through it as he did not pitch well. As Jacob Lopez gets the ball. He actually had to leave with injury, and we dropped that one. We're 5 games out with 3 to go. It does not look good for our playoff hopes as we beat the Cubs. We are 4 games out with 3 games till we are eliminated. And it's now all systems go against the Yankees. I'm going to quick manage these games and we'll hop into key moments when we need to win them. Ken Wilson made one mistake pitch, which could have ended our season. We're 4.5 back with 2 to go. As we're starting to get into trouble. Caminetti, as we're going to win this one. Our season won't end yet. We're still hanging in the balance with we need the Athletics to just lose out. As we lose to the Yankees, I think that has ended our season. The Tampa Bay Rays have been eliminated from playoff contention. As we nope, Orioles have clinched. So, I was going to say, can we ruin their time? Nope, we'll drop the second to last game of the year. Ken Wilson is expected to get the final start. We're going to end up 5 games out of a wild card spot as the Blue Jays have came all the way back to rally and take that spot from the Athletics. An absolute choke job. We'll simulate this game as Griffin Jax gets the final win of the, or Ben Brown gets the final win of the year. And the Athletics survive. They survived to make it as Ryan Pepio led the league in ERA. and somehow wasn't even a finalist for the Cy Young. Rookies of the Year, Jackie Zachary actually ended up coming in second place as he had a great, strong end to his season. Looking around at other guys, see if we have any other awards. Jonathan Aranda won the Gold Glove at first base. Brent Rooker, though, won a Silver Slugger. One thing I do want to do first is take a look at how this team finished. Jonathan India. India tapered off to end the year. After his injury, he kind of wasn't the same guy, which is unfortunate, right? Still had a very, very good on-base percentage. I'm very happy with what Jonathan India did in his time with the Tampa Bay Rays. I'm not going to give him an offer, but what he did was great. Junior Camaro's slug slowed down to end the year. He finished with 38 home runs on the year. Jonathan Aranda. What a season you had. Brent Rooker, 34 home runs. Now, ever since he's became an everyday starter, he's had at least 30 homers each of those seasons. And he had his highest on base since 2024, which is great to see. Trey Morgan is a stud. In 31 games, he absolutely crushed the baseball. Miguel Andujar. You were so good, Miguel. I want to bring him back as he ends up one homer shy of his career high. But what a season it was for Andujar. Jackie Zachary. A very, very nice season. 7 home runs for a guy who's not a power hitter. 19 stolen bases, only caught once. Very impressive. Ford James. He's insane. Look at these stats in the short amount of time he played. Is he technically still a rookie? Nope. I guess he's no longer eligible for Rookie of the Year awards next year. But he helped us compete down the stretch. No question about it. Chandler Simpson. Down year from what he did a year before. Hit less triples. Just didn't hit as much as he did the year before. Looks like last year could have been a fluke for him, as he does not profile to be that kind of a bat. Henry Davis is not going to be on this team next year. It sucks that we never got Hunter Fiducia back. Cam Smith was fairly good against lefties this year. Very, very nice season for him. As we can't see the splits anymore, but fantastic season from him. Carson Williams scared me this year. He hasn't been good since his Rookie of the Year 3 season. The home run percentage was way up, 10 in 50 games. He just didn't hit outside of it. And Division de Los Santos did not make his actual Major League debut yet. And Bryce Matthews did not come up all year. Ryan Pepio. What a ridiculous year. 13-3 with a 2.33 ERA. An insane season from Ryan. In fact, he didn't get any awards for this is a true shame. He's locked up for the next couple years. He's a key piece. Jacob Lopez struggled down the stretch. The veteran lefty. Could be somebody we look to move, as Luis Morales struggled as well. Was moved to long relief. Cam Caminetti in his first full season in the majors. A 2.1 WAR guy. Strikeouts were way up. And he only gave up 5 more earned runs in 11 more games. Great look from him, as Griffin Canning was done. Brody Hopkins in 11 starts pitched mediocrely. He's 26. He's going to be 26 next year. Not really sure what we have with him. Is Ken Wilson? 5 games, 4 starts. Pitched well. I like what we saw from Ken Wilson. Reliever-wise, Gabe Spires was fantastic as a lefty. He's back for 2 more years after this. Ben Brown, we got him at the deadline this year. Fantastic reliever. We got 3 more years of control on him. Evan Phillips. We got another year under contract with him as well. He was great. Bruce Dog Gratterall, you're a free agent. I hate to say it, we're not going to miss you. Hogan Harris, same thing. Ian Seymour started 2 games, 43 appearances. What a season for Ian Seymour in long relief. Gave up the same amount of homers as he did a year before in double the innings. Gave up 6 more runs in double the innings. What a season for Ian Seymour. Anthony Bonda struggled. Griffin Jax is a dog. Did not walk nearly anybody at all. A very, very good bounce back season. Gave up 2 less runs and 13 more innings. Just a great season. Manny was very good too. Manny has been a stud for us, as Hunter Fiducia had just missed being able to come back to the big leagues. It looks like last year was going to be his best season. He does not slug, but he did hit a lot more homers. He looked like he was on pace for his best season. Then he started slowing down offensively. Then he got hurt. Luke Raley's time in the organization was done. 14 games, 48 at-bats. He wasn't really doing anything. Shockingly, Brett Wisely did fairly well in some of his opportunities. 40 games, which is probably 40 more than I would have liked him to have. But he played fairly well for us. Junior Caminero, we already saw how great he was. Theo appeared in 6 games. He was mostly a pinch runner, but he did have some good at-bats and good contact. Did not draw a walk, but still had some very good runs of it. We're going to sim through this playoffs, take a look, see who all is advancing, as the Athletics got swept by the Yankees in 2. Seattle moves on to the ALCS. It's Dodgers versus Braves, as the Kansas City Royals have taken a 2-0 lead over the Mariners, and they gentlemen sweep them. The Dodgers a game away. It'll go to 7, and the Dodgers will advance to take on the Royals. Royals take game 1, Dodgers split it. Game 3 goes to LA. Game 4 goes to LA, and the Los Angeles Dodgers have defeated the Kansas City Royals. As Paul Goldschmidt's the only Hall of Famer, he goes into the Hall of Fame. And we got to re-sign Kevin Cash to be our manager. We're going to give him a 5-year deal. See if we can't coax him back in, as he actually doesn't want that. He wants a 4-year deal. Do you like that more? Do we have to up the offer? What does Kevin Cash want for a 5-year deal? Will you take 33.3? Hopefully that's enough to get Kevin Cash back as we take a look at our exclusive free agents. There's only one that I'm desperately wanting back, and it's Miguel Andujar. Although he's getting worse in some spots, better in others. If he will do a 1-year deal, 1 year for 10.1, as India, we're just not going to be able to afford. I think he wanted more than just that. Actually, he wants a similar offer. We'll hand both those out. Everybody else can walk, as we'll sim through this period. As Kevin Cash is back as our manager, we're not going to give any qualifying offers. And next episode, we have to select 40 men. And we'll have some free agency ads to make. We're going to be looking for a full-time left fielder. It might be the answer of Trey Morgan going to left, and then we just need a DH. Maybe Brent Rooker goes to left. Or DHs, and we just need a right fielder. Either way, we need an outfielder. And we do have our probable new backup catcher already close to being major league ready. We don't have many outfield bats that seem to be ready. Justin Henry Malloy would be the only guys. Robbie Sable is only 18 years old. He does not need to be called up instantly. Can't even play in the outfield either way, but we're going to need to add an outfield bat. May it be us dangling Andre Ullman in trade talks? I don't know yet, but after a disappointing end to the season and us being unable to make a triumphant comeback return to the playoffs, that's where I'm going to leave you guys, as we'll have another off-season video to do, and hopefully that's the off-season that can get us to the playoffs.